me doing a video about something that is on anything like a disaster. But I feel like this time around, this is worth talking about. And I feel like, what if this could have been prevented? Yes, I know it is natural disaster, but what if there was an alternative? I've seen so many people trying to relate this to Gaza and everything, but I don't think this is the right time to like blame people for what they did or what their minds told them when there was a war in Gaza. I know Los Angeles LA has been painted in our faces, like the people that don't live there, as the dream place you can ever be. But seeing it like burnt down, I feel like, what if there were alternatives? What if some things were done right? And the other thing is that, before all of you that are laughing at LA, just imagine that's your home place. What would you have, or how would you have felt? I know, okay, so many people don't like the US, and so many people hate people in Hollywood for doing movies that are controversial, that turn around situations. But I feel like there's still people in LA that have children, that have had all their lives planned in LA. People that graduated, people that had jobs, people that had their lives set to live in that place, and right now there is nothing they can do. And I've seen also some people blame the governor, and I've seen people trying to blame her for everything. And one thing I realize is that she's only human. I don't know like I don't know whether it's just in my country that we feel so sad when people get problems, or it's just not a culture in the other people's cultures, that getting a problem, even if it's your enemy that gets a problem, you feel sad. I'm so sad that people are losing their homes, people are losing their childhood homes, people are losing their jobs, people are being evacuated. I just don't get it. Like, what if some things were done right? What if there is something that would help these guys? I know, like, so many celebrities live in LA, and most of them are getting relocated. They're getting to places they have never been. They're being pushed to places they don't know whether they can even survive. I know so many people that went to LA and right now don't have a job and feel like stuck, stranded. I don't know. I'm thinking about that kid that is having only their mother. A kid that was entirely relying on their mother for what they were earning in that city, stranded on the streets, and they don't have where to sleep. I know the government could have put like alternatives, but I feel like it's so emotional. Like, I can't imagine, like, oh my God. I know there is a lot people think and people wish for, but I don't wish anything for people like that. Just imagine your stars, people you watch every day in the movies, suffering, and they're telling you the homes are getting burnt, and the people you thought inspired you losing their homes, and people you look up to and feel like, well, when I work so hard, I want to be like that. And in just a little second, they lose all they ever had, all they ever admired, the cars, the life they lived, and everything is gone. Just imagine, okay, just take an example of just take an example of people that grew up in a place, and that place is evacuated for them never to step their foot in that place again. I know people bought places, people bought beautiful houses, people build beautiful houses in LA, things that are worth $6 million, $1 billion, all everything getting spoiled. And what is making it even worse is even the insurance companies are running away from that place. They are not going to cover up the people that live there. Just imagine you've been paying your insurance for years, and an insurance company runs before the fires come, and you just something like 2 3 months, a fire burns down your entire estate that you've been paying for so hard, like your hard earned money, and these people cannot pay you back. I know, like there's that kind of anger, like I know, like there's so much that would have changed, so much that would have changed. I know so many people lived in the LA, in LA, and so many people felt like their lives would end in LA. But I feel like this should teach people that live in rich, okay, let me call them in rich areas. Uh, just of recent, you heard of things like the Akon City in Africa and things like that. I thought since Akon was a celebrity that had been in the LA and in Hollywood, he would get a lot of support from people that lived in LA. But I think God had his ways of telling them that help support things like this. Just imagine, like you had an alternative of LA. You'd be like migrated from you places that look nice, and you would be taken to places like the Akon City if it was complete by now, and you'd live something that is a bit similar to what you've been living. I don't think there is any other place in the world that looks exactly like LA right now. I don't know. I don't know. Let it be like New York, let it be any other place. People in LA will never feel at home right now. But just imagine they had invested in these other alternative homes that are in places that are a bit safe and secure for them. Right now, they would go somewhere else and make some money. But now just imagine the whole Hollywood burned down, and there is nothing that can be done to recover everything that was spent. I'm just overthinking. I don't know whether I'm just overthinking, but I feel like something should be done. I'm wondering, like, I've seen helicopters go pick pot and splash it over the fire, but I'm asking myself, like, what's the use of the AI generation that we're in, and how are you people using it? I thought there were like apps, and there were automated systems that would draw water to be poured on the fires before they continue. You know, it's not like a one day thing that happened, but LA for me, I feel like not a lot has been done. You can't tell me that LA has spent months without water, and that was normal to everyone, normal to the firefighters and every man. You have been having fires. It's not like the first time there were fires. There was a little bit of some fires in LA. How do you tell me that those, how they call them, water hydrants had no water? Like, how comes that up to now the source of the fire has not been told to people? What caused the fire? Is it just the scorching sun or some kind? And before the end of last year, we had issues of drones around I think the same place. Alien, I don't know. Could it be something that could be avoided? I know like so many companies are going to come in and start rebuilding those places, but could you think of alternatives? You make your money in Hollywood. Try to invest like other people do. Invest in Africa. Invest in UAE. Invest in wherever places. I don't think it will give you any. I don't think it will give you any joy coming from a place of having everything and you lose everything overnight. I don't know. Because it's always something to do with disaster and preparedness. But every time we have these disasters, I feel like those departments were sleeping. How do you tell me that a fire has started and you have a whole department for disaster and preparedness that starts to prepare after the fires have gone viral and everyone is just talking about them? I don't know. Now, I think to celebrities, people that have made their money, please start investing in things like if you see the Econ idea has sense, invest in the Econ idea, Econ cities. Because just trust me, if you look at Econ's plans, it's something like a replica of Hollywood. Things that he has learned from Hollywood, from California. That's what he wants to build. Just imagine you had something like that and you go and rent in an Econ city that could match the standards of your homes. And to the people that are just comparing this situation to Gaza, please stop. It's not funny. It's not funny. If a natural disaster ever happens to you and you compare it to another disaster that has happened, I don't support that. Please be human. Just like any other person. Don't relate things. It's not those people that are dying right now that had problems with the people in Gaza. I know there are clips that are coming out that the city was ungodly and everything. Just pray for these people. If they are ungodly, the godly people, you don't make fun of them. Pray for them. I know it may seem easy for you just because you don't live in the same places, the places that have been affected. But if you have ever seen a tragedy, trust me, you can't wish anything like that for anyone. Trust me. You don't wish anything like that for anyone. I know everyone is blaming the governor and everything, but the governor has structures. If you're blaming the governor, think about the people he works with, and also think of them as humans. And I know like some of them have lost property also. Just know that it's something that is collective. If you didn't think of the fires coming, then just know that they as well didn't think of this happening. In whatever you do, please be human at least. Be human. There's so much that is happening around the world right now. And I've never seen people lose their homes, expensive homes, without a war. You know, there is something that happens whereby you see people shoot down homes and they'll be like, okay, there is a war, something that has happened from the people. But just imagine you be sleeping and The next minute, you know you're supposed to vacate. No one has caused any war, and your home is burning. You look at everything that you ever had, everything you ever fought for, getting burned. The cars, everything, and someone goes on internet and laughs at you. It's not cool. Please stop. Please stop. It's not human.